welcome everybody. I'm Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thanks for coming along and watching today. I'm doing the Astro Overview for October 2024. Well, another big month around the corner. So we've just had two really big months, August and September. And this is like the third in the triplicity, basically. But this one's a little bit different. It's much more positive. There's a much more positive, optimistic vibe around in October. We also have another eclipse. It's a solar eclipse in Libra. This will help all of our relationships, thankfully. Let's go to the board now. First thing I'm going to do is to draw two tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you, and this will probably add to the astrology. I find they usually work in quite well. So just for everybody, the first half of the month, what am I seeing? It's like we've been down in a deep dark well in a hole in the ground, and we've been mining for gold. Did we get it? I don't know, but we're making our way out of the hole. That's what I can see. It's like we're dressed in miners' uniforms. We've got the metal hats on, the hard hats, and they've got lights on the top. And we're climbing up ladders to get out of this deep, dark well, or a mine, if you like. Finally coming out of the darkness and into the light this month, October. The card that comes out is the Tower card. Something's been going on underneath. If we've had any kind of intuition at all, we may have felt shifting sands. There's been so much transition that we've been going through. Things keep changing. You have to jump from one thing to the next, and it's like running across hot rocks or something. You land on a rock, you think you're okay, and then it gets suddenly hot and you have to jump onto the next one. And running as fast as we can, perhaps. Look, it's all coming to a head in the first half of the month. But look, I think it's positive, because this eye in the sky, your intuition's been trying to tell you that something's not right, that an idea you've built up in your head, it's just not working, and now it's going to come tumbling down. So you may need to do something else. So just be aware of that. We do have this positive eclipse, though, I will talk about in a moment. The second half of the month for you, what do I see? It's a bit of a high wire, tightrope act. It's all about balance, trying to maintain balance. You're in the spotlight in some way and trying to swing back and forth while keeping your balance between different things. Keeping your balance. The Temperance card comes out. Temperance is all about balance. So there could be some extreme points of view that you're hearing, extreme things, unpredictable things going on in your life. However, this says that you can maintain balance even when things around you are not working out how you thought. They're falling apart, but they're meant to fall apart. That's the whole thing. So get the flow, get the balance, and you'll be right. Two major arcana cards. October is a very big month. Okay, they're the tarot cards. However, this is our horoscope for the overview. Now, I'm just going to make this bigger, like that, and what I'll do is just move these. I want you to keep these in mind, like that and that. Okay. All right, so we start the month. Everybody starts the month with a Grand Trine involving Saturn, Mars and Venus. And here the Grand Trine is the 12th house, the 8th house and the 4th house. It's going to be different houses for different star signs. For Aries, it will be the 12th, the 8th and the 4th, which is about home and family, money that is shared with other people, or assets, intimacy and subconscious. But those characteristics will be different for different star signs. But the point is, a Grand Trine is a very positive, optimistic energy. It's free flowing. So it's like there'll be events this month that are almost like outside your control. They're going to have a positive effect though, and you don't necessarily have to put in a lot of effort either. So even if something falls apart, there's almost another solution which is probably better to be quite honest. Even if it's a relationship that topples over, it's like it's for the best, and you probably feel better about it, in fact, that it's finished. This might be something like friendships, so-called friends, which have been irritating you for a while, and then something happens and you think, thank God that's finished. The other thing, there is a kite aspect pattern here involving a number of planets, and one of them is the moon. Now, normally I wouldn't even include this, but it is the first of the month, and on the second of the month, that will be a solar eclipse in Libra. So that's going to bring new beginnings. It's going to bring new manifestations here on Earth, and it's probably going to involve your very close relationships, maybe legalities, perhaps even people that you don't get on with. Maybe there's an olive branch or some sort of smoothing things over. So I don't think you'll get an apology, but you might find that the ice is thawing a bit in a relationship with somebody where there's been some difficulty. So this kite pattern, it's likely to bring up some sort of creativity, and also it's like in your subconscious, it could really bring up stuff for you to deal with in a very positive way. It could seem like it's karmic, in fact, coming up from your subconscious, and these things just auto-magically happen. The solar eclipse on the 2nd or the 3rd, if you're in Australia or New Zealand, it's the 3rd. And as I said before, it's in Libra. So this is great. All sorts of relationships, not just your direct partner or your business partner, but anybody that it brings a lot of politeness, courtesy, elegance, beauty. So it's quite a wonderful new start. Jupiter is going retrograde in Gemini on the 9th of October until the 4th of February 2025. And you may or may not feel this, but maybe communications slow down a little bit. Normally Jupiter can tend to be a bit excessive, or maybe sometimes a little bit overconfident, and so you may not necessarily feel as confident in your communications, your chattiness, your curiosity. You might find that these things diminish a little bit, but it's the sort of thing it's a bit hard to kind of feel unless you're very sensitive. In Gemini, it could also be to do with your mental activity. Maybe you feel a bit more foggy with brain fog or something like that. Things slow down a bit. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just time to get some R&R if you can, rest and relaxation. So I don't think it's bad at all. Pluto goes direct in Capricorn on the 11th of October, and again, you may not feel this because it's a transpersonal planet right out there at the edge of the solar system, so not everybody feels this. And Pluto takes 248 years to go around the sun. Its orbit is that long, so it only usually moves about 1 degree per year. And with Pluto, when it turns direct, it's so far out there it's really hard to pick up. But when you might start to feel, if you do tune in, you might start to feel that you're getting a deeper lot of, well, how can I put this? You're more in touch with your soul, you're getting more in touch with your subconscious, and you're getting in your meditations, if you meditate, or in your spirituality, you're going to a deeper level. Pluto does sometimes bring up all manner of crap from the subconscious to deal with. However, it's also associated with birth, death, and rebirth. So something from the past may come back, or something might be born in your life depending on what house Pluto is in. We have a supermoon in Aries on the 17th of October, and a supermoon is not really an astrological concept. Astrologers never talk about supermoons, generally speaking anyway. I think they're important, supermoons, because the moon comes much closer to the Earth, and it's within 360,000 kilometres. Don't ask me what that is in miles, maybe halve it, I don't know, it's not exact. But as it comes closer, it's got to be more impactful. and it's something like 7% bigger in the sky and 16% brighter. So last night, the lunar eclipse that we had, the moon was huge and big and golden. So it's like it's got to have an increased effect when it's a supermoon. And this is in Aries, so this could embolden people to take action. Maybe you've been sitting on the fence about something, you haven't made a decision about something. This is going to bring up more energy from your subconscious, being the moon. Women could be involved because, of course, it's associated with the feminine. And in Aries, just watch out that you're not impulsive with it, because Aries can sometimes sort of say something or jump too quickly, take action in an impulsive manner, and then later on look back and think, oh, I wish I hadn't have done that, I didn't think it through. So be very cautious in your speech and in making decisions, but I'd say enjoy the moon, and if possible go out and moon bake under the moon on the 17th of October. An Aries moon, it suck up that energy, and we can all do with a bit more energy to get stuff done. Then we have the sun moving into Scorpio on the 22nd of the 10th. Happy birthday, Scorpios. And the sun here, it brings intensity. Sometimes secrets can come out because the sun is all about enlightenment, isn't it? Insight and awareness. So you might become aware of secrets. They could be your own soul secrets, by the way. Secrets within your own soul that you've wanted to know for a long time and you haven't been able to access them. Maybe during this time, this month, you'll be able to go down deeper within and find out your own soul secrets with the sun in Scorpio. So Scorpio is also quite a sexy sign associated with sex, depending on your chart. And I will have the horoscopes on my website in the next week or so. I will put a link here. You can go and check out your individual sign as to what it means for you in more detail than what I'm saying now. But Scorpio's quite intense in terms of personality. They're very magnetic, Scorpios. They're the sort of people, they walk into a room and people notice them. They have a presence, a very alluring or magnetic sort of presence. And it's not so much to do with how they physically look, but it's more the energy that they give off. People can feel it, and sometimes they just magnetize people towards them. They have a bit of a secret magical power like that. We also have Mercury going into Scorpio on the 13th as well. So again, that's likely to bring communications about these sorts of matters, secrets and intensity. And Scorpio is a water sign, so there could be some sort of emotional connection which is really highlighted or really amplified in some way with Mercury and Scorpio. But look, overall, even though we have something happening at the start of the month, which is a bit of a surprise, overall, we find balance. Many people are going to have a very positive month. It's still a lot of change. These 3 months are the most difficult 3 months of the year, to be quite honest with you. But at least now in October, we're over the worst of it, and any change is going to have silver linings, and we'll be able to find those silver linings. So it's actually looking much better than what the astral weather has been previously. Alrighty, so that's it, everybody. I hope you find this useful. Thanks so much for watching. I'd just like to wish you a wonderful October. I'm on here every Monday morning, or if you're in the US, it's Sunday night, I believe. Monday morning, and I'm doing Pick a Card. So catch me for that, or alternatively, I'll be on Facebook 8:30 on Monday mornings, and that's Brisbane time. So have a wonderful month. I'll see you all again soon. Thanks, and bye for now.